Hello guys, welcome back. Today we will study chapter Simple Machines. Simple machines are the devices that help us do work. There are 6 simple machines that are used to perform various jobs. They help us to lift a heavy weight, move a heavy object, push things apart, hold an object, change the direction of force. First is simple machine is inclined plane. Any flat surface is called plane, and when this plane surface is slanted, then it is called inclined plane. In the inclined plane is a ramp or a slope. Inclined planes help us move objects to different heights. Raising an object to a certain height requires a lot of force and energy. For example, slide, ladder, a ramp. Moving a box up the slope of a ramp takes less force. It increases the distance over which the object is moved. The lower the ramp and the gentler its slope, the less force it takes to move a box up it. You can see in this picture there is a man taking the wheelbarrow from the slope. It takes less force to take the wheelbarrow up on the slope of a ramp. And there is a difference when the lower the ramp and the higher the ramp. When higher the ramp, it takes more force to take the box up. And when the slope is lower, then it takes less force to take the box up. Now, second simple machine is wedge. A wedge is two inclined planes that combine back to back. A wedge helps push things apart. The narrower the wedge, the easier it is to push things apart. Some wedges we use are blades of knives, X and R front teeth. As we can see in the picture, a wedge is two inclined planes. How it is? In this is the first inclined plane and this is the second inclined plane, and this hole is called wedge. When we applied force to this, it split things by applying force. Now, example of wedge: knife, X, shovel. These are the examples. Now, the third simple machine is a screw. A screw is an inclined plane wrapped around a rod. Screws can be used to lift things or hold things together. For example, a car jack is used to lift a car to change a punctured tire. Metal screws hold pieces of wood together in a door hinge. Like you can see in this picture, this is the inclined plane. As you see, these rings are making the inclined plane. And this is the screw. These are the threads which are making the inclined planes. Now, examples of a screw. This is the light bulb. Here is the screw. This is the jack which lifts the car. This is the screw. Now, fourth simple machine is wheel and axle. The wheel is one of the most important human inventions. A wheel becomes a simple machine when it is combined with a rod called axle around which it can rotate. As you can see in this picture, this is the wheel and this is the axle. This rod is axle. When one part turns, the other rotates. And transferring energy and creating mechanical advantage. It reduces effort by increasing speed or multiplying force. Commonly used in steering wheels, doorknobs and vehicles. Now you can see this one part. If we move this wheel, then axle rotates, and if we turn axle, then wheel rotates. Ferris wheel, doorknob, fan, cycle. These are the examples. The wheel and axle can work in two ways: by applying force to the wheel and by applying force to the axle. In Ferris wheel, force is applied to the axle which turns the wheel. Like ceiling fans, bicycle tires also work in the same way. In doorknob, handle is the wheel and the shaft is the axle. The handle turns and transfers force to the shaft to unlatch and open the door. In screwdriver, handle is a wheel and the shaft is the axle. The handle turns and transfers force to the shaft to turn the screw. Now, fifth simple machine is pulley. A pulley combines a wheel and a rope. The wheel has grooves into which the rope can fit. Pulleys are used to lift objects. They change the direction of force applied. Pulleys reduce the force needed to do work. As you can see in the picture, there is a wheel on the top and there is a rope. Now one end of the rope is attached to the object, and from the other end of the rope we put effort. So this is a pulley. In a pulley, effort is applied in one direction and load moves in another direction. For examples, flagpole, cranes, well, window blinds, etc. And if you know more examples of pulley, then please write it in the comment section. Now, sixth simple machine is lever. A lever is a simple machine which can be used to lift objects. For example, we can move big boulder using lever very easily. Like you see in the picture, this is the load. This is the heavy stone, or you can say boulder. This is the load, and this is the where it is the rod is attached. That is the fulcrum, and where is the effort is applied. This is the effort. Lever is a rod which is free to move about its center point called fulcrum. As you can see in this picture, the rod is attached. From this, it is fulcrum. All levers have three parts: fulcrum, load, effort. Fulcrum is point at which the rod is fixed. Load is weight on which force is applied. Effort is the force applied on lever is called effort. As you can see, this is fulcrum, this is load, and effort is applied on this lever. Now we will understand this by the picture. All levers have three parts: fulcrum, point at which the rod is fixed. This is the fulcrum, here is the rod, and this is the attached from the fixed point. At the fixed point, this is the fulcrum. And load, weight on which force is applied. This is the load, this is the weight on which force is applied. And effort is when a person is applied force on the lever. This is the effort. He is trying to put or move the heavy weight by using force. This is the effort. Now, types of lever. Levers are classified in three types on the basis of fulcrum, load, and effort. First class levers, second class levers, third class levers. Now we will study one by one. First class lever. In first class lever, the fulcrum lies between effort and load. As you can see in this picture, fulcrum is in between the load and the effort. For example, seesaw, scissors, pliers, nail cutter. In this picture, this is the fulcrum and he is applying force, that is effort, and this is the load. And in the scissor, this is the fulcrum, this is the effort, and here is the load. In the pliers, this is the fulcrum, this is the load, and here is the effort. And same in the nail cutter, this is the fulcrum, this here is the load, and here is the effort. Now, second class lever. In second class lever, the load lies between the effort and the fulcrum. The fulcrum is usually closer to the load. You can see the load is in between the fulcrum and effort. For example, nutcracker. In the nutcracker, you can see here is the fulcrum and this is the load, and we are putting effort on this. In this bottle opener, fulcrum is here and load is here, from which we have to open the cap of the bottle, and here we applying effort to open the bottle cap. This is the wheelbarrow, and in this is the fulcrum. In this we are load, and this is we apply effort. Now third class lever. In the third class lever, the effort is between the fulcrum and the load. As you can see, effort is in between the fulcrum and load. For example, shovels, fishing poles, pair of tongs, stapler. As you can see in this is the pair of tongs. It is the as you can see in this this is in the kitchen for making rotis. This is the fulcrum and here is the load, that is roti, chapati, and here is we apply force or effort. In this shovel is, this is the load what we are putting weight, that like stones or something, and this is the fulcrum, and here is we applying force, that is effort. This is fulcrum as we hold it by the hands. This is the stapler. Here is the fulcrum. Here is the load as we punch the papers, and here is the effort. This is the fishing pole, or you can say fishing rod. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe my videos.